Hey guys, so kind of getting towards the end of this project, but for some unusual reason the highways department's not in a big hurry to get it done, so I still have all these brush piles to move. But I wanted to clean this area up because the people that live over here, they want to kind of landscape it, or at least this part of the road, or the side of the road, so they can mow it and groom it and make it look nice. And highways wants a bit of a ditch to drain water, and they would like to have some drainage there. I'm going to eventually go and bury that brush pile over there, and then use these extra piles of dirt here to help level everything off and try and slope everything so that the land drains down through here. I've got no actual drawings or plan or anything. This is just coming off the top of my head, or in my head, whatever. And so I go through some area here where I've got some beautiful black dirt, but of course this is all kind of like glacial till, so it's full of rocks. And of course I got all the tree roots because there's some big ass poplar trees in here, or aspen. And so I've got to try and tie it up as best as I can, and it's not that easy. I've got a bit of a low spot here. I'm just trying to do it all by eyeball. Maybe when I come back after my week off, I'm gonna bring the laser, unless things have snowed so much that I can't do anything anymore, but we'll see about that. So trying to make do with what I've got here and just using my own planning. I've thrown dirt here against the front slope. I'll blend that all in, pack it all down with my tracks, and it'll have a nicer slope, because when they built this road they just did a half-assed job. It's a typical Manitoba road, pretty much. Just build it out of garbage, build it fast, build it cheap. That's all. Don't do a nice job. Don't make anything drain properly. So, and then you got to come back 50 years later, 60 years later, whatever it is, and then try and fix it. And then you've got somewhere in this bank over here is a phone cable. I found an abandoned one in here, at least I sure as shit hope it is. And like MTS, they hardly do much of a locate. They say, oh, it's going to be at least 3 or 4 feet down, and then you go and start scraping and you've already ripped out a splice from somebody else doing the same thing. It's very typical out here, so it's not as easy as it looks sometimes. You just try to do your best. And so I've got the thumb folded back up, but the cylinder's been leaking quite a bit of oil now, so I think we're going to end up taking it off completely. So it's getting to be a pain in the bum, and I seldom use it. You've seen a number of my videos of me with this machine, and this job is where I've used it the most, because I've got big stumps and stuff, and it just makes it easier to pick them up. But all in all, it's just a parasitic weight on the end of the stick there, and the attachment I use the most is always the wrist to twist ditching bucket, and both it and the excavator need pins and bushings done on it. They're pretty loose. It's a good machine. She always starts and runs, and always got the right amount of power. It's the right size for most of the jobs that we do, this one especially. So, and it doesn't have DEF or DPF on it, so it's ideal. This pile of dirt here on the slope, I'll probably be pulling it back and blending it in along there, or I'll pull it back this way again. I'll see. But I'm gonna probably use it to fill up that low spot a little bit there. If not, I'll chuck it over the fence and it'll be used for fill over there, and it'll work. It just takes a bit of tuning going back and forth. So, and it's a machine that I prefer to use. Highways was talking about getting a dozer to do all this cleanup, but they already had a guy that was doing brushing in here, and he kind of did a number on the fence here, and it couldn't be helped. He was working 3 feet of snow, and it's all heavy, thick brush that was in here, and big poplar trees are relatively big. They should have just brought a feller buncher and a tree harvester in here, cut it all to length, come back with a stump grinder on an excavator, grind out all the stumps, then rake all the brush together and start shaping and fixing this up. But it requires too much foresight. forethought, whatever. So, and I'm trying to blend with the slope that's on the other side of the fence, trying to make everything work so I don't have pockets of water and stuff being held up. So, you know, if this had all been done when they built the road, wouldn't be a problem, but nobody knows how to build a road in Manitoba. Beautiful countryside here. This is Riding Mountain area. Just beautiful. I love it. So, and this is the neighbor's property here. We've been parking our excavator there because of vandals and stuff. So anyways, talk to you guys later.